So here's the thing. If you're looking to level up your cash, influence, and autonomy, the team you started with may not be the same team that will get you to your final destination. So before we dive into today's session, I want to let you know about our upcoming free masterclass. This is a closed-door session where I will help you learn how to discover treasure in your business as I teach you the secret to unlocking scalability through the magic of a high-performing team. Join me for 90 powerful minutes to rewire your CEO mindset to accelerate your impact with a deeper sense of certainty and clarity around your people plan. I'll share with you my Fortune 500 strategies so you can learn how to attract, retain, and accelerate profit and performance in each and every employee. Head over to www.klcconsultants.com/dream team for more info. I'll see you there. Hi there. Welcome to the Fierce Factor podcast. I'm your host, Kaeli Lindholm. And I think it's time for us women to shift the conversation in business and step into our feminine leadership to do the most iconic work the aesthetic industry has ever seen. Each week, I'll be bringing a powerful dose of strategy, sarcasm, solutions, and sass that will rev up your creativity and ignite your brilliance as you link arms with me along our shared path of personal and professional growth in 20 minutes or less. Let's go. Hi, I'm Kaeli. So nice to meet you. If this is the first time we've chatted, I want to welcome you. And I wanted to take a minute to make this video to talk a little bit about me, just a quick casual moment, me in my office in an afternoon. And I thought, what the heck? I haven't really taken the time to talk about me and my journey. A lot of what probably you see online, it's the business me. And I wanted to tell a little bit about who I am and about the mission I'm on and why I'm on that mission. So I started my journey really right out of college. I was recruited for a sales position with Bayer Healthcare before I even graduated. And I had a sales territory in Los Angeles. I'm home based in Southern California. And I worked for them for 5 or 6 years, really learned about Fortune 500, what it was like, being in a corporation, rigorous sales training, structure, systems, real business management, business leadership, business culture, all the corporate-y stuff. And from there, I was recruited over to the aesthetic space. So I got a call that an aesthetic device company was launching a skincare product for skin lightening. Even though I'm light skinned and have blonde hair, I'm actually part Samoan. So I pigment like a cheetah. My dad is Samoan, so he's very dark skinned. So I have melasma. And so I was really interested in this for personal reasons. And I ended up going over and helping them launch that division and sold skincare and then kind of moved up the ladder, so to speak, in the aesthetic space, selling aesthetic lasers and then into sales management on the capital device side. And I ended up becoming a sales director and covering half of the country. And I got to build and lead and manage the most beautiful team of 15 women, which was so amazing and, dynamic. Loved that. I was responsible for tens of millions of dollars worth of revenue for the company. Loved a lot of things about the job. But I was traveling a lot and I have 2 kids. They're 11 and 8 now, Cooper and Luke, and they were young at the time. And so I decided that it would be best for my family if not only I found a job that would give me the ability to work from home or stay closer to home and not be on the road so much, but I also happen to be very entrepreneurial in spirit. I love team building. I love creating new things. I'm very much a visionary, so I can see kind of big picture. And I would say that's one of my superpowers is being able to see the big vision and really work to articulate and create and develop and build toward that goal. A lot of the things that I love doing have to do with team building and culture. I was a soccer player my whole life. I actually went to college on a full ride soccer scholarship. I was a team captain, and I love the philosophy that you can work with a team of people to accomplish a goal that's just exponentially greater than you, and that you could even imagine building yourself. And so I started KLC Consulting 4 years ago, and about a year and a half into my journey, my entrepreneurial journey, I had a client, it wasn't the first time this has happened, but who asked me to come on full time with him. And he offered me a generous portion of profit to really become a partner and a managing director for him. He's a young plastic surgeon and had really big, ambitious goals for the business, wanted to build out a wellness division and non-surgical division. And so I took the opportunity to move sideways from my consulting business at the time and really spend 15 months building his practice from the ground up. I got to bring on the team, all the employees, the clinical staff, hired a medical director for the wellness division, et cetera, et cetera. And, a lot of things that went along with that, with private labeled skincare line, had a lot of fun doing that. But I learned so much through that process. And coming from, like I told you, Bayer Healthcare, Fortune 500 sales and then sales management and becoming a sales director for a corporation to working in a private practice, I realized that there are a lot of gaps that, doctors don't really have the opportunity to learn the CEO skills to run a business. In particular, a lot of our aesthetic practices are looking to build multiple $1-million enterprises, 7-8-figure businesses, and they just don't really have A, the fundamental skill sets, but B, the time to learn them. And so I saw a big opportunity, and one in particular, an opportunity where practice managers are very much, from my opinion, underutilized, underappreciated. I think that a lot of physicians who become business owners, they take on a lot of responsibility, and really being the best clinically at their craft doesn't necessarily automatically mean that they're experts or that they're the best at the craft of growing their business. And I believe that that's why I've had a successful private consulting business for the last 4.5, almost 5 years. This year, I have made a decision to expand my business, to scale my business up, to support practices at a higher level, and really just to be able to expand my reach, but also to spend more time developing the leadership and the mindset behind what it takes to build a multi-million-dollar business, a business that thrives, a business that is deeply satisfying, lucrative, really freedom-based. And what that ultimately takes is a team. It takes a team of people, and it takes a leader running a business who is confident and strong in the way that they manage their team. And many physicians don't have practice managers. And so, they come as managers and learn these skills. And, I can step in a consulting role as a liaison or trusted advisor to help them through that process. But many of them also have practice managers, and they don't really have the resources out there to be consistently training and nurturing and cultivating growth for those managers. So many of our aesthetic practices are really built on outdated systems. And here, as the time I'm recording this video, it's 2020, and things have changed. Things have changed a lot. Since I started in this industry 11 years ago, it's like a night and day. And I think that some of the same techniques and strategies that our practices are learning at these conferences are just not what makes today's businesses thrive. And here we are going into an economic downturn. We're in the middle of a pandemic. There's so much going on. And so I really can sit back almost as a spectator and watch the reactions to some businesses and business leaders. And I can't help but have to make a statement and stand up to say that it's time that we do things differently. Our industry needs change. Our industry needs to become more innovative and smarter about the way that we run our business, the way that we treat patients, the way that we approach, the way we market, the way that we differentiate ourselves. When I look at my Instagram, when I Google, literally just even my list of Excel files, so many practices, websites look the same. It's hard to tell them apart. And I feel for those practice managers, having sat in that seat and understand the many hats that they wear, that they are trying their best to run businesses, and they're sometimes responsible for $5, $6, $7 million businesses, and they're not even making six figures. And I don't know why. I don't know where the disconnect is. And I'm on a mission not only to continue to discover that, but to help elevate the voices of practice managers, to help build tools and platforms and resources for them. Right now, I am getting ready to launch a new arm of our POP Aesthetic Leadership Academy. POP stands for Practice Optimization Program. And what that means is practices need to be running on all cylinders like Fortune 500 businesses. And we need to be focused on optimizing the people and the systems and the things that we have in place. And I see working with physicians that many of us, and women tend to do this too, work from their intellect too much and not enough from their instinct. And I think there are a lot of answers that can be found inside of practices rather than having to outsource every little thing. And the one thing that I've learned through the last 4.5 years of working with private clients is that I can diagnose and see where systems kind of failed, almost like hindsight's 2020. When I'm working with them and they're 10 years established, I can see that, well, if we'd have taken this turn, if we'd have taken that turn, and I can work with them almost operating backwards to get them to where, together as a partner with them to get them to where they want to go. But the one thing that I have been able to do from that is build a program and an academy that focuses on developing those timeless business principles and implementing modern strategies, modern concepts, modern tactics, which, by the way, will change again and again and again. But I believe if you invest in the right people can turn an underperforming business around. And if we can learn these strategies early, if I can teach them to you before you have the chance to make them, I know I can save you tens of thousands of dollars, because that's what practices have paid me to help undo some of the damage that they've done. And so that is the goal with my Leadership Academy. And I am on a mission to see more and more practice managers be a part of this solution, because there's too many amazing, talented, brilliant professionals that are working out there that are not being fed knowledge and resources and tools and trainings for them to help them step into that CEO role, for them to become truly the owners, the managers, and the leaders of these practices, so that their medical directors and their doctors can go and do what they do best. And so I'm really honored to have the 10 minutes, however long this video is going to end up, 15 minutes, to tell you more about me. And I hope that you will join me and be a part of this mission. I'm joking, but the one-woman show, right, on this mission right now, I happen to have quite a few amazing people that are supporting me and helping me build this knowledge and this foundation. But we need to do something better. And we need to build these businesses on a stronger foundation. And that's what I'm here to do. And it starts with leadership and, culture. And culture is something for me that ultimately drives profits, right? So if you have an amazing, happy, incredible business and incredible happy team, that translates into happy patients. Happy patients bring more happy patients. They upsell, they cross-sell, they activate more patients. That puts more cash in your pocket. More cash flow means more autonomy, more authority, and more influence for you to then continue to perpetuate the cycle and grow businesses. I think that, the ceiling is not, there's so much potential for us in this industry. And especially for my beloved practice managers, I want you to join me on this mission. And I'm excited to see what the future holds. So nice to meet you. And you know where to find me, KLCconsultants.com. I don't know if that'll be whenever you watch this video, if I still have that. Check out the Fierce Factor podcast, my Instagram, Kaeli.Lindholm, and I'll look forward to connecting with you soon. Thank you for joining me for this episode of The Fierce Factor. If you enjoyed the show, please make sure you subscribe so you can automatically get new shows every week. I'd also love it if you left us a review. And come join the conversation online. If you're an aesthetic industry owner, operator, or leader, please join my free Facebook group, The Tribe of Fierce Aesthetic Leaders, a community of ambitious, purpose-driven professionals who collaborate and share best practices for growth in business and life. I'm honored you tuned in.